Hi, this is Diane Lovetobake, and what we're going to make is a skillet spice cake. Now, I'm going to be using my large skillet, which is 11 inches. You're going to heavily grease it. If you don't have a skillet or choose not to use this, then go ahead and use a 13 by 9 pan and heavily grease that. This is a pretty quick and easy cake to put together. So let's start off with our dry ingredients. We're going to have 2 cups of all-purpose flour. We're going to also put in 1 teaspoon of baking soda. We're going to put in a half a teaspoon of salt. We're going to put 1 teaspoon of cinnamon in. That was 1 teaspoon. And we're going to put in a half a teaspoon of nutmeg. And then we're also going to be putting in a quarter of a teaspoon of cloves. So it was only a quarter of the cloves. And then with my spoon, I'm just going to mix this together. Just stir it in there, okay? And then we're going to set it aside for the moment. Next, we're going to be needing butter. So you're going to need, you're going to need 1 cup of butter. If you don't have butter or you don't want to use butter, go ahead. You can use margarine. I cut it up into small pieces and it's been at room temperature. And you're going to need either your stand-up mixer for this cake or your hand mixer. It'll be, up to you on that. And I'm just going to start to break it up and cream the butter. I'm also going to be putting in granulated sugar. So you're going to need 1 cup of granulated sugar. I'll just put a little at a time as the butter is creaming. And again, that was 1 cup. I'm going to raise my speed a little bit. I'm also going to be putting in 1 egg, and I've had it at room temperature. And I'll beat that in until it's all combined together. So let's get the sides of my mixing bowl here. Okay, I'm going to raise my speed a little bit. Now you want this mixture to become very smooth, very creamy, very light and fluffy looking. Almost a pale yellow that it will become. I'm going to raise my speed just a little bit more. Okay, and I still need a little bit more here. Okay, so while that's creaming, I'm going to raise it just a little bit, so if you got headphones on, you might want to lower them. Okay. Now, the next thing that we're going to be doing is to start to put the dry into the cream mixture. So we'll do that a little at a time. What you're also going to be needing is sour milk. And you're going to be using 1 cup of sour milk, and you're going to alternate the sour milk with the dry ingredients, a little at a time. And you're just really waiting till it all, starts to combine and come together. And then again, I've got all the sour milk in. That was 1 cup. And now I'm going to raise my speed. Okay. And I'm just going to clean those sides here and get to the bottom a little bit with my spatula. Okay. All right, it needs just a few more seconds here. Now, while that's blending, you're also going to need raisins. And you're going to need 1 cup of raisins. If you want to put nuts into this spice cake, walnuts work really well. You need 1 cup of chopped walnuts. If you prefer another nut, then feel free to use your choice. Okay? All right, once again, I'm going to raise my speed a little bit. Okay. And let me get my paddle out of here. Just take some of the excess off. We'll set that over here. Okay. And we'll just bring this all together. All right, this is when you would put your raisins in and then also your nuts. You just want to stir them in. You don't really want to beat them in because I worry about them being chopped up, you know, into smaller pieces, and I want the raisins to be nice and whole. Okay? And as I mentioned earlier, make sure that you heavily grease it. Use whatever type of shortening or oil that you want to use. And then you're just going to put your batter into your skillet or your 13 by 9 pan and just even it out, even the top out. Let me get all that out of there. Okay, we'll set that aside. And you're going to put this in your oven at 350 degrees, and it's actually going to take you probably anywhere from 30 to 40 minutes, depending on your oven. As we do know, all our ovens set up so differently. So start checking it and check it often. But again, 350. When it comes out, of course, put the hot skillet or your pan on a cooling rack. This cake can actually be just dusted with powdered sugar, and it really tastes really delicious. Or you can also make a glaze for it. And here's one that already that is made. And all I did was I took some powdered sugar with milk, and if you don't have milk, you can use water, and make it into a glaze to the consistency, the thickness that you want. Or eat it plain, or again, just, you know, put powdered sugar over it. Let's cut into it so that you can see what this cake looks like. Okay, there we go. Beautiful golden brown on the bottom. You can see the raisins, and it's absolutely so delicate and so moist. It actually just melts in your mouth. It's just a great tasting little cake for the morning, or maybe at lunch, cup of coffee, cup of tea, that type of thing. Quick and easy to make. So there you got it. A skillet spice cake. I hope you like this recipe if you try it, and if you do, leave a comment because I'd like to hear from you. And as always, thanks for watching. Please subscribe to Diane Lovetobake. See you soon.